So those are the size assumptions. We're going to come back and talk about default images in Carta here in just a moment. But before we do that, I want to discuss how to upgrade Carta. Now, this is the upgrade procedure for Carta if you already have a version 2.1 or later installed. If you are one of those very few people who had the beta version of it in the 1 version, you're not going to follow this upgrade procedure because you'll end up losing some of the stuff that you did in the past. You'll want to follow the upgrade procedure that goes along with agility. I did a seminar on how to upgrade agility, and the process of upgrading agility from 1 to 2.1 is the same as it is for upgrading Carta 1 to 2.1. But almost everybody who sees this, when we talk about upgrading, you'll be talking about upgrading from one version of 2.1 to another version, because I've released several versions of Carta here recently, adding functionality and squashing bugs and stuff like that. So anyway, here's how we're going to upgrade this. So we come over to our dashboard and come over to Thesis and Manage Skins. And you see you've got an update available. So before we press this Update BYOB Carta Nude, we're going to come over to Skin Editor, and we're going to make a backup of where we are in the skin already. Now, right now my skin is sitting in its default condition, so the backup doesn't really matter. But the chances are the next time you want to back your site up, you're going to do so, or the next time you want to upgrade, you're going to do so having already made some customizations to Carta. So I want to make sure that you get in the habit of backing up your skin data every time you go to upgrade. So here we are, and what we're going to do is we're going to create a new backup, and I'm going to say pre-upgrade to 2.1.2. Say OK to that. And here it is now. I've got that backup. And what I'm going to do is export it to my computer. So we're going to export the entire skin. Actually, we're exporting skin data. So in the event that something goes wrong and we have to reinstall Thesis and maybe reinstall Carta, we at least have a hard copy of our skin data that we can import back in. Okay, so it's important to be able to do. Once you've made this backup, we're going to come back over to the Skin Manager. So come over to Skins and Manage Skins. And we're going to update BYOB Carta Nude. Okay, once that's done, we're going to click to finish. And then you can see the new version is 2.1.2. Now we're not done upgrading though. Okay, we've uploaded our files, but we need to come back over to the Skin Editor now and back to the Manager. And we're going to click on Restore Defaults. Now we don't want to restore default boxes, templates, design options, or display options. You can choose whether or not you want to restore default packages. If you have been using packages in Carta, because they exist in Carta, right? If you've been using them, the only way you would be using them is if you were using them deliberately. But if you've been using them, then you don't want to check this. But if you're not using them, you can. And we're going to go ahead and restore selected defaults. The critical aspect is the CSS variables and skin CSS. That's what really matters here. Come back over to our variables and our skin CSS. And one of the variables that was added to this was the header menu style. And you can see there's a header menu variable here now, and the reason there's a header menu variable there now is because we restored those defaults. Okay, now that we've done that, I'm going to come back over to the manager one more time, and I'm going to create a new backup, and I'm just going to say after upgrade to 2.1.2. And so this way we can get back to where we were at the beginning of the day if we feel like we need to. Otherwise, we can get to where we were after we've done our upgrade. But essentially, essentially at our starting point for the day.